Hello, welcome back to PlayStation Access, where today, Rob and I are joining forces. Enemies no longer, Rob.
This is a monumental event.
It is. It's up there in those great historical alliances, such as...
That one I can't think of right now.
Is there a Game of Thrones one? Great historical alliances. We've got a new neon sign, and
it looks nice,
to celebrate, maybe something that you could do this weekend, like join forces with one of your greatest mortal enemies and play co-op games. And we're talking specifically same sofa, same couch co-op.
Yes.
Split screen, maybe the same screen.
The best way.
We've got a list of 10, which we think you need to play with a friend/enemy. And hopefully there'll be no arguments.
I mean, we can't promise that.
We can't make any promises, but we can promise this
10
list
really good games. These are
really good.
Brilliant co-op games, so play these.
Our first entry, A Way Out, is unique in that it can only be played in split-screen co-op, either online or on your sofa. This means the entire story is specifically designed to be tackled by 2 players. As Vincent and Leo, you'll have to work together to break out of jail and then tackle the outside world hand in hand, or back to back. And often you'll find yourselves in situations with more than one solution, creating an interesting dynamic between you and your co-op partner as conflicts arise and tensions bristle, brilliantly matching the on-screen struggle of your protagonists. And without spoiling anything, of course, A Way Out's story really is worth diving into. Find a friend and get it played. Next up, we've got Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, a brilliant PlayStation VR-enabled co-op experience that, if you choose to play in VR, and we really recommend it, sees one person in a headset cradling an explosive device that's about to go off imminently, while the rest of you try and talk them through how to defuse it using the physical instruction manual included with the game. This is a real test of how calmly and clearly you can communicate with one another under pressure. The person in the headset must describe the device while the others, who can't see it, remember, have to work out how to defuse the thing and then relay instructions back. It's brilliantly designed, wonderfully tense, and the elation you feel after successfully avoiding explodey death is right up there with beating a really hard boss in Dark Souls. An absolute must-play for anyone with a PSVR setup and a bunch of friends they can really rely on.
Guys, which wire do I need to be cutting? Guys.
The Swords of Ditto is our next entry, a beautiful, compact, co-op enabled RPG that throws procedurally generated dungeons at you filled with puzzles, monsters and lovely, lovely loot. This of course means you're always facing new challenges together, with puzzles designed around co-op play, an absolute joy to solve, and bosses that will test your teamwork and dexterity. Another cool thing about the Swords of Ditto is that you can technically finish it in just a handful of hours, but venturing in for another game reveals remnants of your past adventures, like heroic statues if you did well, or gravestones if you did less well. Together, you're constantly building the story, creating an in-game legacy with your co-op partner, while at the same time playing a game that's simply just joyous fun. Next up, we've got Don't Starve Together, the incredible co-op expansion to a personal access favourite. Don't Starve is a survival game where you have to, yes, not starve, or go mad, or get eaten by horrible marauding hellhounds in a beautiful Halloween-esque world that looks as though it's been conjured from a Tim Burton cheese dream. And now you get to do that with a friend. Amazing. Pro tip, make a farm and make it quickly, otherwise Don't Starve can and will be just both of you running away and eating berries for a few hours until winter comes and you both freeze to death. I say pro tip as that's basically what happened to us when we played it on our extremely professional YouTube channel.
He's run away.
Oh, he's running back.
He's mad.
If you're after something that's just unadulterated, ear-to-ear fun to play with a friend, then you really can't go wrong with the LEGO games from Traveller's Tales. Our current pick of the bunch is LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, which, when Infinity War claimed to be the most ambitious crossover event of the century, was like, hold my DualShock, look at all the characters I've got in me. The same ones actually, but made of Lego. So yes, the Hulk's in it, Iron Man's in it, Captain America's in it, Doctor Strange is in it, various spider people are in it, the Guardians of the Galaxy are in it, and you need to get on it, because this comic book firework of a video game truly is just happiness on a disc, or a download file, whatever you prefer. Our next entry, Helldivers, looks like an all-out aliens-inspired shock and awe shooter about tooled-up space soldiers dropping onto alien planets to blast waves of off-world attackers. And it is, kind of. There's an unexpected discipline behind all the explosions. The game supports up to 4 players in couch or online co-op, and friendly fire is always on, so every round has to be fired with intent, and every dropship and turret called in with due care and attention. On the flip side, you can help each other too with heals, revives and resupplies, which in combination with your varied upgradable loadout options and the fact the game is hard, make cooperation less of a fun feature than a really fun necessity. The best bit is at the end of every mission, where cooling for extraction leads to a 90-second wait under heavy fire for your ship, a tense test of tactics, teamwork, and not shooting each other in the back. This one is here by popular demand. Other co-op videos we've done have made it clear that you love Broforce, the gloriously gratuitous side-scrolling shoot-'em-up that supports couch co-op for up to 4 players. Broforce is a retro arcade blaster in more ways than one. Not only does the slick gameplay hark back to a simpler time, but so do the game's roster of heroes, which are a giant collective nod to action stars of the 1980s and beyond. Bromando, Rambro, Indiana Brones, you get the picture. Broforce really does love the 80s, as much as you seem to love it. Our next game is Borderlands The Handsome Collection, which is actually not one game at all, but 2 remastered versions of both Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the pre-sequel, titles that showcase the RPG shooter series once it had worked out exactly what it was doing. The answer being letting you run around an axle grease apocalypse collecting a functionally infinite number of guns and shooting monsters and monstrous humans. And the real hook is that you can do it with friends. 2 players in split-screen co-op, up to 4 online, bringing the best out of Borderlands' gently compelling RPG combat and grind. Finally, because you can't have a co-op video that doesn't feature shooting zombies with friends, it just wouldn't work, we have Call of Duty Black Ops 4. There's actually loads of different ways to play Black Ops 4 cooperatively. Battle Royale mode Blackout offers 4-player online squads or split-screen duos, and there's split-screen in online multiplayer too, but the headline as far as we're concerned is 4-player split-screen zombies, especially as the zombie mode is such a focus for the game this year, with 3 maps available so far: Titanic Adventure, Voyage of Despair, Gladiatorial Arena 9, starring a new cast of characters, and Blood of the Dead, with the returning Primus crew.
So there you go, that's our list of 10 co-op games. Time to join forces with a friend, maybe with a close mortal enemy.
Yes.
It's up to you. Let us know in the comments below which games we've missed. We know that you will anyway. Do subscribe because it makes us feel warm inside. And when you do, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. And stay tuned to the channel so you don't miss anything else we've got coming up from the world of PlayStation.
For the players.